Zainab made her first post on January 15, 2026. But before that, she had zero LinkedIn presence, as you can see on the screen. No audience, no portfolio. As a matter of fact, no experience as a social media manager. It was her first time showing up on the internet and branding herself as a social media manager. She has only ever been on TikTok, which you know is a video based platform. And she has always felt like LinkedIn was for people who were too damn serious with life. If you're also watching this video, chances are that you have one of these myths in your head about LinkedIn. So I persuaded her to give LinkedIn a trial now that she was beginning to position herself as a social media manager, and let's see whether everything she has always believed was a lie. Guess what? 50 days later, she has over 1,100 followers, over 52,000 impressions. 8,000 impressions each on some of her viral posts, and she has 1,285 profile views. In fact, in just 2 weeks of showing up, someone picked up her profile and gave her a shout out on her own page so she could get a job. And guess what? She got multiple job offers and even got free banner design offers from at least 2 people who believed in her brand. And this was her first major writing platform ever. Guys, this is real. She didn't go viral overnight. She didn't have a big network, and she does not run hats. So in this video, what I'm going to do is to break down exactly what we did with Zainab and our positioning and personal branding. I'm going to break down the strategy, the positioning shift, the identity she had to embrace for her to get this result. And I'm going to show you the mistakes she could have also made that would have kept her invisible all this while. So Zainab's 2026 is currently being made because she took that bold decision. So if you're starting from zero, no experience, no portfolio, no leverage, this video is going to matter to you. And if you're also not starting from zero, you also need to watch this video. There is so much to learn. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Olalekan Ajayi. I help professionals and creators use writing and personal branding to build impact, influence, and income on the internet. My mission is to help you find your best self and then to show up, share your message, and be recognized, respected, and rewarded for your years of experience, expertise, and brilliance and impact. If you're already on LinkedIn and you're not sure whether your profile is working for you like Zainab or it is working against you, I created a free LinkedIn profile audit scorecard, and this is going to take you just 5 minutes to examine how you rank compared with the top 1% in your industry. So check the description section. You'll find the link to download the scorecard. It's absolutely free, and in 5 minutes you are done. Back to Zainab. Zainab's story is very powerful because she did not seem ready at all, and that's exactly why it worked for her. So let's begin to break it down one after the other. Here is what Zainab was dealing with at the beginning of her journey on LinkedIn. She wanted to position herself as a social media manager, but she had no portfolio, no client testimonials, no case studies that she could post to say, oh, I have worked with XYZ person before. 0 years of experience. As a matter of fact, she only learned social media management last year, 2025. And what would most people in her position do? They would do one of 2 things. Number one, they will stay quiet until they feel like they are ready. Or the second one, which is the most dangerous, is that they will fake authority and pretend that they have more experience than they do. I know you see all of those people on LinkedIn who claim that they have done XYZ, make XYZ money, and we all know right before our eyes that it's a lie. So Zainab did none of these 2. Instead, we adopted a strategy most people are too afraid to use. Authenticity plus vulnerability was the positioning we decided to go with. So I told her, you're going to show up, be authentic, and be vulnerable. Let everybody know that you're just starting out. Alright, so guys, listen very carefully. This will only work for you if you are intentional. Zainab didn't position herself as an expert with 10 years of experience, like many people will come and fake it until they make it. She simply positioned herself as I am learning, I am building, I am documenting what I'm learning and building in public. That was the through line that connected her brand with everybody. She didn't say, oh, I know everything. She said, I am becoming, and I want to become right in the sight of all of you. And LinkedIn welcomed that identity. Why? Because people are tired of perfect, because every one of us know that our lives are not perfect. So people want to connect with who is real and authentic. Now let's talk strategy. We did not start with content volume. So many people show up also on social media and they start with content. We started with positioning. And this is the core question that I had to ask her during our strategy session. If you don't have experience, the question is, what do you have? And many of you are likely going to say, I don't have anything. But guess what? She had curiosity. She had consistency, because ever since she made her first post on January 15, she has showed up 5 times in a week. She had honesty, and then she had the courage to share her journey publicly, which many people, most likely you, are even scared to do on social media. So what did we do? We made our journey the product. We made our journey the value she was bringing to the platform. Instead of coming online to say, hire me, I have so much experience, she simply said, here is what I am learning about content. Here is what I have observed about ABC brand or about XYZ brand. Here is how I would improve this page if given the opportunity. As a matter of fact, she made one post one day where she said, oh, these were the things I learned to do before I came on LinkedIn that is currently working for me. Can you see the difference? She created proof before she had clients. That is authority building without lying at all. So the next thing, let's talk about our content types. There were 3 main categories of content that we decided to use for our personal branding. The first one, learning in public posts. What she simply did is she broke down social media concept in simple language, not from a place of, oh, I know a lot more than you, so come and learn from me. She just shared her post from a place of discovery. This is what I'm discovering about social media. This is what I'm discovering about LinkedIn, and this is what I think will be useful for you. And people love learning with somebody, especially somebody who is doing the actual work. Number 2, we made observational breakdowns. She analyzed brands, pages, trends. Even without clients, she demonstrated her ability to think and to see through what people are doing on social media, and that helped her to build perceived competence. People saw the thinking behind the brand she was building. And then the third thing we did was vulnerability post. She talked about starting from the scratch. She talked about fear. She talked about growth. She talked about the pain of consistency. She also talked about being new. As a matter of fact, on one of the days, she made a post where she announced that, okay, fine, I'm new to social media management, but I have curiosity, I have the zeal to learn and to improve on the job. Is there somebody who wants to hire me and see what I can bring to the table? And here is what most people miss. All right, vulnerability attracts attention, but ultimately it is clarity that converts the attention into paying clients or into monetizable opportunities. So while our post was starting to gain traction because of the authenticity that she was bringing to the platform, but guys, impressions were not the real winner. This video is not about vanity metrics. Profile views were the main win for her. In just 50 days, she had 1,285 profile views. That means people weren't just liking her post, people were interested in getting to know the person behind the brand. They were checking her out. And when they checked her profile, what did they see? Clear position. As a matter of fact, Zainab is positioning herself on LinkedIn as a social media manager just for people on LinkedIn, not every other kind of social media. So clear positioning, there is clear identity, there is clear direction, and there is zero confusion. If you landed on Zainab's profile in 30 seconds, you will be able to say, this is who Zainab is, and this is what she does and who she does it for. And here is the mistake she almost made, a mistake many people are making. When something begins to work for you, you're tempted to flip the script and try something else. Just stick with what is working. So around the time she started seeing some measure of results, she began to feel the pressure to now start sounding professional and begin to dish out advice, something that was not the foundation of her personal brand. She now began to tone down the vulnerability to try to look more established than she was, and the result began to dwindle. And I told her something very important. Do not abandon the identity that made people care about you in the first place. You're not pretending to be an expert, you're becoming an expert in the public, in the face of everybody. And there is power in that positioning. So if she had pivoted to trying to sound like every social media manager who has 5+ years of experience, and then they are giving advice on how to build, how to do this and that, she would have just blended into the crowd instantly. By separating herself from that crowd and being authentic, she became easily recognizable. And in a noisy platform, recognizable beats impressive. So now guys, let's look at the results that she got in 50 days again. More than 1,100 followers in 50 days. That is an average of 22 followers daily. Over 52,000 impressions, multiple job offers, free brand support from people even from outside our home country. She got opportunities that she did not apply for in the first place. And permit me to say something very clearly at this junction. Nothing about all those results can be attributed to luck. This is positioning and consistency plus clarity. And by the way, she didn't post every hour, she didn't post twice or thrice in a day. She simply posted intentionally. She didn't make any effort to try to go viral. As a matter of fact, what she did was try to be useful and honest while she was at it. And LinkedIn rewarded that. A lot of people just resonated with that positioning. So guys, here is the bigger lesson. You do not need experience to start. Although if you have experience, that's a plus. But if you do not have experience, that's also not a minus as it were. What you simply need is you need perspective. And you don't need 10 clients to speak on social media. What you need is one clear angle. What is the value you are bringing to the platform, even though you do not have experience? And if you don't have leverage yet, then borrow it from your journey, just like Zainab did. She simply borrowed it from her journey. She's documenting her journey. You can also show up, document your journey, own the process, and trust the process too. Then share the process with people. There are many people who are in your shoes who will be glad to find somebody leading their tribe of those that are starting out authentically. Zainab did not become a different person in 50 days. In 50 days, she simply became visible, seen by over 52,000 people. And once you are visible with clarity, I guarantee you, opportunities will start finding you. So now that you have watched this video and you have had Zainab's story, this is the assignment that I'm giving you. If you're starting from scratch, open your notes app and do it now and answer this very important question. What am I becoming, and how can I document it publicly? What is happening in my life, or what is happening in my journey? How can I document that publicly? Now guys, I'm not asking you to list 5 things, just one direction. What are you learning now? What are you becoming? What evolution is happening in your life now that you're going to document? That is where Zainab started from, and you can see where she is already heading to. Who knows, in some months down the line, she might be an influencer on the platform, and that can be your testimony too. Again, if you're not sure whether your profile is working for you just like Zainab or it is working against you, I created a free LinkedIn profile audit scorecard that you can use to self-examine how your LinkedIn profile compares to the top 1% in your industry. Whether you're a web designer, graphic designer, a writer, It takes you just 5 minutes. So go check it out. The link to download this free tool is in the description section. And I really do hope that sharing with you what has worked for Zainab, one of the members of my community, has been very valuable for you. And I hope you really think you spent your time well watching this video. If you got value from this video, I'd like you to click the like button. I also like you to share this video with somebody who also might get value from this video. And if there are questions that you have about LinkedIn or any other writing based platform, I'd like you to leave it in the comment section. I will personally respond to your questions. And guys, if you like what you heard and you want to get more of this kind of content, guys, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that every time I create a video like this, you will be the first to be notified. And of course, since we are talking about authenticity and vulnerability, subscribing to my channel will help my channel grow, and it can encourage me to create more content that will help you in your personal brand building journey. I'll see you in my next video, but in the meantime, I want you to stay legendary. Peace.